Hello, first time recording on the new computer. There's this guy on blenderartist.org who is asking how to model kind of a vortex type thing, and I'm too lazy to just do a bunch of screenshots and upload it and make it a written thing, and I figure people on YouTube might like to know too. So this is what I came up with, and it's actually very simple. The first thing we're going to do is I'm just going to hide all that. I'm going to press Shift A. I'm going to add in a new Bezier curve, and then I'm going to press Tab to go into the edit mode. I'm going to press A to select everything. I'm going to press Y, and I'm going to press R, Y, and then I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees, like so, by typing in 90. And now I'm going to add a modifier. I'm going to add in the screw modifier. Then I'm going to go back to edit mode. I'm going to adjust this. Going to bring that out a little bit. Going to rotate that fella there. We want to have a hole in the bottom because he said that he wants to 3D print this and make some kind of like fan blade or something like that. And yeah, so just go ahead and move that out. Over here, in our screw modifier settings, let's turn on merge so that it, blends the edge seam together. And now we are going to add in a simple deform. We're going to go to twist. We're going to set it to the z-axis. This is why we changed the rotation in the edit mode earlier so that we wouldn't have to worry about applying rotation and stuff. I'm going to change that angle to 360, and now I'm going to duplicate that, bring it over here. You can adjust the resolution, steps, viewport, and render over there. I'm going to leave this one at 16 because based on his picture, I think you might want something kind of thicker, but the one that I had at the start of the video was at 32, I think. So anyways, now I'm going to press F3 and I'm going to type in convert to, select mesh from curve meta surf text. There we go. Now it's a mesh, and I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to Alt and Shift click so that I can select multiple things on all of these little fellas right here, like so, just skipping every other one. And now I'm going to press I, that's for inset, and you can see that I can inset it by moving that, but I can also hold down Control, and now I can extrude things along their local normal. So I'm just going to bring them out a little bit like that, maybe inset them a little bit, but we want to be careful that we don't do it too much and mess up things. So now that's looking fine. I'm going to press Control-2 to add in a subdivision modifier on there. And then I'm going to solidify and just add in a little bit of thickness because he wants to 3D print it. Let's see, what if I do even thickness? Now there is a little bit of funky shit going on around the rim that might get in the way of 3D printing. You might have to, apply the modifier or just make this a little bit less thick, like there, and that seems to clean it up. In terms of 3D printing, you would want to apply all of your modifiers, press RY 180, flip it up like that so that you can print it easier. You probably won't have to really deal with support structures that way. There is a very nice Blender add-on that comes with it. You go to Preferences, Add-ons, type in 3D Print, 3D Print Toolbox. There we go. Enable that. Go ahead and go over to In. I haven't used this very much, but it will basically, if you click Check All, you can check, your stuff for 3D printing. I don't have a 3D printer, so I can't advise you a ton on that, but you can see after I've applied everything there, before check all, we've got the non-manifold edges, we've got non-flat faces, we've got overhang faces, etc. Now we go over here, and yeah, we've got overhang faces and sharp stuff, non-flat faces and things, but we have no non-manifold edges. You need to have things manifold. If we go ahead, I'll rotate it in the object mode, and I'm just going to flip it all the way over here and check all. and that helps with the overhang faces a little bit. Technically, everything on the inside is an overhang face, and you might have to deal with whatchamacallits. But you might have to have some support structure in there unless you can get the angle just right so that it can support its own weight, and then you don't have to deal with that. Also, maybe having like a resin printer might help with that. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't have a 3D printer. Anyways, that's how you make a Vortex in Blender. Super quick and easy. You can do some cool stuff even if you aren't 3D printing it. You know, some optical illusions, thingy-mabobs. Let's turn on, just say matte cap, and let's put on one of these fellas, like that. And I bet, yeah, if you rotate like that, you could totally do one of those optical illusion things where you stare at it for a while and then it kind of gives you that weird warpy vision stuff. This tutorial's probably dragged on long enough, so I'm going to end it there. I will say, however, today will be day 365 of my everyday art challenge. So you should maybe go and check that out on Instagram. This is day 364. I haven't done day 365 yet. I make my own models and stuff. Occasionally I use some Quixel Mega Scans. You can see that in the background there. But all my characters and stuff are all mine. There's also the old stone kit that I made recently. It's on Patreon. I'm going to put it on Gumroad or ArtStation or something soon for purchase, which I use to make all of this. The grass is Quixel Element. Also, the textures on the landscape are from Texture Haven, I believe. But all the stone structures are from Old Stone Kit. I used it for all of these fellas. And yeah, I also used it there. You know, you got some diversity. Also used it there. What else? Oh, I should tell you where my Patreon is. I'm not actually sure that I am logged in on it here, but I'm pretty sure I got a link to it over here, patreon.com/NicholasWorth. If you want to support me, I would appreciate it so very much. I've only got one patron right now. That's my sister. I've got a couple. I only have one tutorial on there right now, I think. I've got some digital downloads though. Advanced people will get assets sooner, like Old Stone Kit, or I've got like a couple of characters on there. Like I've got Brain Eater, and you can see Brain Eater over here. He's this fella. I made him on day 375. And he also shows up in day 358. And I think I misspoke and said day 375 before. I meant day 357. There's also this guy's up on there. That guy's on there, but without the backpack, because I made that later. Let's see, he shows up in this one. So he's not sort of like low poly acid, dropping lots of scene. The Banana Man that people are probably pretty familiar with is on there. Yeah, hopefully you're into that. This video has definitely gone on way too long. I'm going to end it. Everybody's probably gone because it hasn't been a tutorial for a while, but if you are here, thanks for watching. Subscribe. Have a good one. Bye-bye.